Let's talk about synthesizing. No, I don't mean playing a synth, but rather the bringing together of different sources to create new ideas. Being able to synthesize texts is one of the skills that will lift your university work from being good to being excellent. Synthesizing is an important but complex skill that's required in all of our academic writing. When you synthesize, you combine several texts into one, usually shorter, piece of writing. Synthesizing is similar to summarizing and paraphrasing in that it involves rewriting other people's ideas into your own words. But it goes further, combining and drawing ideas together from more than one text or source at a time. There are two main ways you might use synthesizing. First, to show how different authors agree with each other, and then to show how authors may disagree with each other. Let's look at agreeing first.
I agree.
Imagine I'm writing an essay about the use of social media in protest movements. I've done plenty of reading around the topic and I've made lots of notes. And now I'm ready to write. But I don't just want to describe each text, I want to synthesize them. So I start by finding 3 texts that broadly agree with each other. These 3 all write about how social media can be useful to protest groups, so I can put them together into one paragraph. If we change some of the colours now, you can see more clearly the idea that they share is in blue, the citations in red, and my words that hold the paragraph together are there in black. Of course, I could also put the citations at the end like this. Either way, I've now shown that not only have I read a great deal, but that I can see which authors agree with each other, and I can put these together into a sophisticated paragraph. Of course, not all of your texts will agree with each other, so we can also use synthesizing to show contrasting ideas.
Really?
Well, agree to disagree.
Staying with our example of social media use by protest movements, I want to show that things are actually much more complex. I'm going to use 2 of the texts that agree with each other from the previous example. But now I also have read 2 additional texts that say the opposite, that social media is more limited in helping protest movements. I can put them together into a paragraph like this. Again, we can see how this fits together by using different colours. Blue is still the idea that social media is helpful for protest groups. The contrasting view is now shown in green, our citations in red as before, and my own words in black. Notice the highlighted however. This conjunction shows us how ideas link together. In this case, it alerts the reader that there's a contrasting idea coming. These paragraphs are much more complex, but they're also much more interesting to read and show that you're able to understand how ideas fit together. They enable you to use multiple sources to build new ideas and to show how much you agree with different authors. Synthesizing takes some practice, and a good set of notes about your reading really helps, but it's worth spending some time learning how to do this, as it will really lift your grades. There's more on summarising, paraphrasing and synthesizing in my Study Skills Student Guide, available from University of Westminster Press.